We're currently in our third year at class. We have made just huge steps forward in the last 3 years, and class has been a major part of that. And now as we head into times that are going to be tough financially again, a lot of people said, well, how can you do some of these extras in these hard times? Well, one of the big reasons we can do is because class has provided some opportunities for our staff to continue to get the professional development that they've needed. And from those opportunities, our staff has been able to help our students get better achievement scores, better results, and overall better satisfaction.
This year, we've been able to have Jory Ellis come in and provide some professional development for our administrators on the evaluation process, and I think it is really going to help in the future.
Research has shown that the single most impacting thing that can improve student learning is an effective teacher in the classroom. And so if we have teachers getting feedback on their effectiveness and understand what good teaching looks like, it's going to have a trickle down into students being able to be more successful in improving their academics.
I think that when this process started, it was a little scary for people, but now teachers are getting such valuable feedback. And I think that when teachers go back to their classrooms and we are talking about things like our learning objectives and the goals for our students, and this is becoming language now that our students are using, when teachers and principals and students and assistants are all using that language, it is very powerful.
Darla's data has looked quite high in math for the last couple years. She had a supplementary curriculum that she was using, and now they're implementing it in their classrooms. It really was a great opportunity for her to have some leadership and also for the team to pick up something that we knew was working.
Our scores weren't very high in math, so I found this wonderful program called the School Bell, and I printed it out for myself, and then last year my scores were high. So they asked me what I was doing, and I explained that I had added the School Bell to the math curriculum. And they asked me to please tell the other teachers. So I did. I photocopied 6 binders of everything that I had, and it took me days. It was a big production, but to me, it's well worth it.
I was hired as the reading coach, and I've worked this year to bring all of our new staff on board and teachers that were new to teaching. So I'll go in and I'll show them a new skill or some new way of doing something. Then we'll do it together, and then the teacher is on their own. So it's I do it, we do it, you do it. We think that it's working pretty well. I mean, having been chosen as only one of 2 schools in Oregon to get the Distinguished School Award and be sent to the National Title I Conference was a great honor. So obviously we're doing something right.
In hard times, you have to find ways to use what you have to create better opportunities for kids. An example of that might be our incentive programs. Class gives us the opportunity to have students set a goal over the course of the year, achieve that goal, and then receive some sort of reward.
Well, the 6th grade noticed that there's a huge transition between 5th grade and 7th grade where the students need to be independent. And we had a group of students that had figured that out, and a larger group of students who had not figured it out. Personal management, getting homework turned in, being able to walk down the halls without acting like a monkey. So we decided we were going to start having some sort of super pass of students who were ready to move on to 7th grade. And so we started our Super 6 program this year, where the students have to earn the right to privileges that are going to be common to them in 7th grade, such as walking down the hall without having to walk in line, being able to go to the bathroom without having to take a partner or sign out and that kind of thing. When they get to the point that they're starting to take some ownership of their education, we wanted to make sure that they were being rewarded for that behavior. It allowed us to really do that. It's been really successful because it's a visible thing.
As a staff, we sat down and talked about what we might be interested in doing for our incentive this year. We agreed that we are going to work on a new playground for our kids. Our playground was built for second and third graders in mind, and so if you go out there on a nice day, you'll see none of our kids are on that equipment because they can't reach any of it. Especially with the elimination of PE, we want to make sure our kids are active. So as a staff, we talked about reading and where we wanted our kids to be. So our goal this year is that 80% of our kids will meet benchmark in reading at the end of first grade. We're very proud of the kids and how they're doing. And we're really hoping that playground will get something in this summer.
We love books!
Our mini grants allow staff to do extra work to create curriculum that they might not have had time to do otherwise.
The reason that we wanted to do this mini grant was because with all the budget shortfalls that we've had over the past couple years, we've lost PE and we've lost music, and there's not a lot of instructional time for computers. And we wanted to be able to develop a cohesive unit for each one of those subjects so that we're hitting all of the core state standards that need to be met and making it engaging for the kids at the same time. The 5 subject areas that we're collaborating on are music, PE, computers and technology, art, and health. So by creating a specific time every day for the kids to make a rotation throughout the year, we'll be able to better teach those subjects.
Kids are digital natives. They live in the world of iPads and smartphones and Android and iPod touches. They live in the digital world. And then we expect them to turn off all of that and then open up a textbook in a classroom and learn from that. Wow, what would it look like if kids had a tablet, an iPad, in their hands every day? What would Tillamook High School look like? And that's kind of where the plan started. So what we have are 150 iPads that will be deployed at the beginning of the 11-12 school year. So it's going to impact every science student from grade 7 through 12. Class has given money and given things to our district so it can be on the forefront of all this with mentoring and peer leaders and teacher leaders and going to different professional developments and then being able to share those with your peers. This fits into that.
The class project in our year 4, our goal will be to have sustainable programs to continue with the great work that we've been able to accomplish, making it so embedded that it is something that we just do.